Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a first impression, a little bit of a wear test, and I'm going to try my attempt at doing a cut crease, but put my little spin on it. I had a little bit of a play last night just to see what kind of colors I wanted to use and that sort of thing. And with Valentine's Day coming up very soon, I thought I would jump on the Valentine's bandwagon and give a Valentine's eye a look. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So today, as usual, I am going to first go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but first I'm taking out my nose ring. And I'm just going to put this all over my face and really push it into my T-zone, where I have lots of problems, and just around my nose where I have really big pores. So I'm putting this all over the face, including the eyelids, and really just pushing it into around my cheeks. Next, I'm going to be trying the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. Now, I've heard a lot of beauty gurus talking about this product, and I really wanted to give it a shot, seeing as I've had a couple of mishaps with a couple of my foundations recently. So I am in the shade 118, which is light beige, and I'm just going to pour this out on the back of my hand because there is no pump. And as far as I know, whoa, that's a lot of product. As far as I know, you can't buy pumps for this product. So I'm just going to take my Damp Eco Tools Beauty Sponge and just put this all over my face. Ooh, that's a good color match. I did so good. I'm so proud of myself. I really need to invest in a bigger mirror that is like super magnified because I am so blind. Oh, this is a really nice coverage. And I got such a good color. Like, the color match is perfect. I'm so excited because now I've got a little bit of a story time for you. Back when I was growing up and doing my makeup in high school and watching my mother do her makeup, I noticed that all of the foundations that you would get from the drugstore were all really pink toned, and because I have a lot of natural rosiness to my skin, it would just accentuate that and it would drive me crazy. But now it seems like they've jumped on the bandwagon and they started doing more yellow toned things, which yellow cancels out red. So it works much better for my skin, which I really appreciate. All right, that foundation is on. That foundation feels nice. It's not, well, I've only had it on for a minute, so I can't really say it's not settling, but thus far it feels pretty good. Now, I wouldn't say that this is a full coverage foundation. I'd say perhaps a medium foundation, and I have put quite a bit on just because when you don't have a pump or something like that, you can't really control the amount of product as such. I'm just packing that into my nose. But so far, this feels really nice. It doesn't feel oily. It doesn't feel drying. It feels quite comfortable on the skin. So next, I'm going to go in with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Medium 1 Custard. I'm just going to apply that to my under eyes. And I think I need just a tiny bit more coverage on my laugh lines. So I'll put a little bit of concealer there and just on the sides of my nose. All right, I'm gonna let that warm up a little bit. Yeah, so it's because I'm going to keep in theme with Valentine's Day, I'm going to go for more pinky, rosy colors on my eyes, which I'm really liking. The colors that I tried out last night were super gorgeous. It is, again, from a Morphe palette. I know, but the color range between the 35B and the 3502 is great. I also picked up some other shadows that I'm going to use in a later video, probably on Saturday, if not tomorrow night, and I'll give that a go and see how that works out for me. So now, since this concealer has had a time to warm up, I am just going to move this up under my eye and blend this in. Alright, concealer is blended in. Now I'm just going to set it with some of my Born This Way powder, which is by Too Faced. So it hasn't started creasing a little bit, so I'm just going to buff that out and put on my powder. Also leaving a little bit extra down there for fallout. And I'm going to go ahead and bake around my nose and into my laugh lines. Now, I know this looks like a lot of products, but I'm actually going to be dusting this off. So, and I can use what I dust off to go around my face as well. And I am looking hella powdered right now. Alright, and I've got it on my top. Alright, so I'll go back into that later. So what I'm going to do first is, I'm going to go in with my Pro Longwear paint pot. It's in the color Painterly. And I'm just going to go in and prime my eyeshadows, or my eyelid for my eyeshadows. I've got schmutz on my eyebrow, or I've got schmutz on my eye. Now, I haven't had my eyebrows done, so they're looking a little fuzzy, a little caterpillar-like, but they're not as bad as they have been in the past, so I'm not really in a dire need to go. I just see the, the little hairs just kind of poking out a little bit. It gets a little bit on my nerves, but we can deal with it. Alright, and to set that powder, I'm going to go in with a very neutral shade, which is this color right here, and I'm just going to dust over my eyelid to set that that paint pot. Alright, now that the eyeshadow is primed and ready to go, I'm going to start layering on my colors. So from what I've seen in all of the tutorials is you really want to start layering your colors up, okay? So that being said, what I'm going to do is, if I remember correctly from last night, I'm going to start with this color here, this one here, which is a really pretty pale pink color, and I'm going to start putting that in my crease. And then I'm going to build from there. So I'm not going to go deep in my crease. I'm going to come up just a little bit higher. Because I'm going to be focusing my deeper, darker colors into my actual crease. So in a windscreen wiper motion, I'm just going back and forth, just establishing a nice soft base for my other colors to go on. So the next color that I'm going to go into, if I can remember which ones I used last night, I believe I went in with this color here. Okay, and I'm going to start layering that into my crease as well. I'm going to go in with my Stila number 30 brush. And that last brush I was using was the Eco Tools Blend and Smudge brush. So again, with the fluffy edge, I'm going to go into that deeper pink shade. And I'm just going to start building in my crease. Again, going slightly above. If you can tell, if I'm looking forward, I do have hooded eyes, so I'm actually going just slightly above where my hood comes down. Just building that color up. And I'm swishing back and forth again. And I'm going to be kind of taking it out just a tiny bit in the corner. Can you see that? So slowly adding color and pigment up. And if you get a little bit on your lid, that's not a big drama. You're going to be carving that out anyway with concealer. So it's not a huge mistake that won't literally be corrected in a few steps. Alright, so that looks nice on that eye. So I'm going to do the same to the other. And then with a clean brush, I am going to buff these colors out to smoke them up and make them all kind of marry really prettily on the eyelid. Alright, now with the other side of that 30 brush, then with this color right here, this deep red color, this pinky red color, I'm going to pack that into my crease. And this shade I'm wanting to keep pretty close to my crease because I want that smoky look. And again, this is my take on a cut crease. I watched Alissa Ashley's video, her Brush Bootcamp Series. I've watched several of them and I am obsessed with her. She also is like me and has hooded eyes, and so I really feel like a lot of her tutorials are really helpful and are great for women like us, or women and men for that matter, that have hooded eyes, because it isn't just girls that play in makeup. I got this information, I was watching Alissa Ashley's Brush Bootcamp, and she has a couple of tutorials for hooded eyes regarding cut creases. She's also got how to do your lashes, she's got do's and don'ts for hooded eyes, so she teaches you how to smoke them up and out rather than smoking them in and closing you off. She's got tutorials on how to do winged liners, which I still haven't mastered yet, but I'm trying. But yeah, she's really good, and she's so bubbly, and she's so cute, and she's this little girl, and she's just hit 1 million, and it's amazing. She's super fun. Go and check her out. So now I'm just going to match up my other eye and deepen up that crease. Alright, so I've darkened up both of the eyes, and as you can see, I've kind of winged out the sides just the tiniest bit, but above where my eye ends, because I'm trying to create that lift in my eye. So again, with a clean brush, I'm just going to go in and smoke this out. Alright, now here's the fun part. This is where you actually carve out your crease. Now let's see if I can do this again, but do it on camera. Because like I said, I tried it last night and it looked really good. And again, this is my take on a cut crease. So if you like the way I do it, there's makeup, because like I always say, makeup is very subjective. What looks good on me might not look good on you. And what you do might not work for me. So, makeup is all about expressing yourself and being comfortable and doing things that make you feel good, things that make you feel beautiful. So always keep that in mind. You know, what I do might not work for you, and I know I say that a lot, but it is very true, and I want to really hit home with that fact that Makeup is what you want it to be. I'm going to try my painterly pot and see how that works. Because I'm not like dying for this, which as you can see I have dug into. This is a holy grail product for me. And they do come in different shades. So I think Nikki Tutorials uses ochre, and I think a couple of other people use these. Oh yeah, that's much better. And I've just got it all in my lashes. Now you really want a steady hand with this. So you start by cutting up and then around, and then bring the product down onto your lid. And then I'm just going to smooth this out, being really, really careful not to get up into my eyeshadow, my cut crease. And if you do kind of stuff it up, don't be afraid to go back in and deepen that color back up. You can use a more precise brush. I find that I'm actually pretty good at controlling the fluffier brushes. So totally up to you how you want to do it. Alright, so what I've done is I've just deepened that up. I've matched both my eyes. Now what I'm going to do is take another angled precision brush, and I'm going to go in with a white color, and I'm just going to put that on top of the paint pot just to give it a bit of color, and also to set that painterly pot. That looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to go in to do that to the next eye as well. And for that step, I actually used a Manicare brush. This is the E11 Contour Shadow Brush. And if you can see, there's like a little divot in it. It's an angled brush, but there's a small scoop in it. So you can really just kind of, it literally just hugs your eyeball. It's really great. All right. So this is where the tricky part comes in for me. What I did last night is I actually lined black just in here and brought it out and made kind of a faux winged line look. So what I'm going to be doing is using my number 4 Stila brush. It is a very tight, small tipped brush. I'm going to spray some Fix Plus. This is the Max Fix Plus, just to kind of wet the brush just a little bit. And with the black color in my palette, which is this one here, I'm going to be putting that, and I'm going to be drawing a straight line along my crease. And I'm actually changing my mind. I'm going in with this angled brush, which is a little more tapered and doesn't seem to fan out as much, because you really want that precise line, which I'm just not getting with the other brush. So we're going to give this a go. Just going to clean that up with my concealer. And I found with this last night, you've really got to be super, super gentle with this. So last night when I was doing this, I had a much steadier hand. I was not 4 coffees into the day, and it doesn't look this messy. Now it looks slightly messy for me, but that's because I am staring at it. Now that kind of gives me like a little bit of a Cleopatra kind of a look, and it's almost hidden in my actual crease. But when I blink, you can see it's quite thick. I didn't mean to make it that thick this time. So let's try it out on the other eye. Alright, so I'm just going to do my brows and the rest of my face off camera, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, and that is my finished look. So I have actually put on some false lashes for the first time on camera. These are the Glam by Manicare. They're in the style Sophia. They have a mink effect, or so it says. I've put on a new lippy, which is the Lip Kit Paint. This is in the color Darling Pink and Berry Blush. You get the Berry Blush lip liner, and then you get the lip paint lacquer. Now the lacquer actually feels like a cream. It's really nice. It's really hydrating. I used, for my blush, contour, and highlight, I went in with the Master Contour Palette. This is in the medium to deep shade, and so I've got the blush, highlighter, and contour on. I don't know if you can see my highlighter, but it is poppin'. So, that being said, oh, and I did my brows off camera as well as my mascara. But other than that, I am digging the way this looks. I have lined in my lash line with my MAC NC15 and W15, or in W20. This is the chromatic pencil. So I've done that in my waterline. I haven't done anything else aside from mascara on my bottom lashes because I want the focus to be the cut crease. So if you guys like this look, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. What other kinds of things would you like me to try? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, give me a thumbs up. Not really sure what it does, but I do hear everybody saying it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!